This is Ben Rohan. I did the visual effects and credits for 400 Cults.
This effect didn't make it into the final cut because we didn't have enough time to get it done. Essentially, we wanted flies to be swarming around the open wound of the dead body, and as he comes up and tips the body over with the butt of his gun, you would tend to see the flies be disturbed, fly away, and then eventually return. But that would take a lot of hand keying, and we really didn't have enough time to get it done. The second little visual effect we have is the gun flash. The rebels come running out of the woods onto the railroad tracks. Hobbs senses it, spins around, and fires really fast. Essentially, this is just a flash that's been superimposed on the front of the gun, along with a particle effect that gives the smoke. But in Hobbs' case, some of the smoke comes from a blank in the gun, and some of it was digital, but they both kind of seam together really well, and the effect works. I'm pleased with how this one turned out. It's the same effect we saw earlier, but this time it's at night, so I had to enhance the video so I could see when they're pulling the trigger. Then I added the same flash and particle effect for smoke that we saw earlier, but this time I added a 3D light so it would light up the surrounding ground and the actors, and it would really look like there's a muzzle flash going off on the end of the barrel. The effect is very seamless, and if you didn't know better, you would think it was actually a gun going off. The werewolf transformation scene was pretty challenging from a technical standpoint because it was all shot at night. The lighting was not great on the subject. It wasn't good enough to actually get a track on it, which is what you need if you're going to do any higher-end special effects. So I was kind of limited to hand keying a lot of the features on the face. I used bulges and distortions and things like that to make it look like the skin is starting to bubble. And then toward the end, when he's about to attack, I draw in the face quite a bit to where it starts looking less and less human. I drop the color out of the face to where it starts to look almost like a fur material. And then as he stands up when he's about to attack, I digitally drew in fangs, and then I dropped the color completely out of the face and darkened the eyes quite a bit. The effect ends up turning out pretty good because it happens very quickly on a few frames of film, and it's pretty unexpected there toward the end. The ending credits turned out great. It's a lot of the same materials that we saw earlier, but this time we have the fly-through, the reveal, and then the sliding text on the end. I really like the way that turned out. It's got a 3D feel to it, but it's all done in Adobe After Effects. It's something that you can replicate on your own, and it doesn't take that much time once you get past the trial and error. And it's just coming up with the basic idea, reproducing it until you're done with your credits. It's a cool effect, and it adds some texture to whatever you're working on. And that's it. Once again, this is Ben Rohan, did the visual effects and credits for 400 Cults. I'll see you on the next project.